Chaturvedi, CEO Xanadu. Hi Vikas, how are you?
Thank you, Rani, for having me in your show. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sweet. All right. तो चलिए पहले डर की बात करते हैं. So ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे एक उम्र से हम लोग लॉकडाउन में घर में बैठे हुए हैं. You know? या तो हमने ये सीखा नहीं था, हमने महसूस नहीं किया, और something is little weird about this whole time. So अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं ये जो डर है कि how this whole pandemic will impact our business and growth, उस पर आपको क्या लगता है?
मैं बॉलीवुड फैन हूँ, और एक मूवी मेरे दिल के बहुत करीब है, दिल चाहता है. आज से 1 मार्च को दिल क्या चाहता था और आज दिल क्या चाहता है. 1 मार्च को दिल चाहता था कि एक 15 दिन की छुट्टी मिल जाए. You should be able to spend some time with your family, and now it's a godsend, मिल गया. और 15 दिन का नहीं, 2.5 महीने का मिला है, और शायद थोड़े कुछ और दिन का मिलेगा. So whatever you can't do is what you want. That is what दिल चाहता है. And I am taking best advantage of it. There is a fear, but ideally, whatever is the situation, you should take best advantage of that situation. This time may not come again, like all other times.
इस एडवांटेज की बात करें तो उसमें कहीं ना कहीं वक्त को समझना इंक्लूड होगा. सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग द होल टाइमिंग, जिसमें डिजिटल जो एक्सप्लोजन है वो सबसे ज्यादा बढ़ गया. तो मैंने सुना है कि आपने एक यूनिक कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ कुछ तो लॉन्च किया है, द वर्चुअल लॉन्च विद रॉनक ग्रुप. वो क्या है?
I will come to launch in a minute. As an organization, we actually saw this spreading big time before, and while all the lockdown and everything started around 20th, as an organization we took the call ki we gave 15 days leave to people right around 15th March itself. Okay, अगर आप देखोगे, it's a young team. Most of the people were able to then go back to their homes, and they are safe and sound. Now, once they reach there, then this launch thing definitely came into the play. That once everybody settled down mentally, you are sorted. आपके घर वाले, near and dear ones, all are safe and sound. That's when we started to think about work. What is the new reality? And we brought something called, which you are referring to, is something called virtual sales gallery. There are 2 or 3 key elements in real estate that are important. Of course, location, of course, product, of course, the developer or the brand, of course, the city, of course, the price. But we believe that one of the biggest pillars of somebody deciding to buy is customer experience. And by having a geographically disparate team which is spread around multiple cities of India, suddenly giving physical experience to customer actually went out of the picture. So we had to really think about how do you create a new experience which allows customer to buy, and which is where then we look towards technology, absorb it wholeheartedly and adapt it so that people in their respective homes are able to really contribute and start giving all those advantages for a customer that Xanadu is renowned for, so that they can make right decision कि अपने घर पे और अपने सर पे जो छत है उसका डिसीजन, जो बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन है, वो आराम से ले पाए.
well, ये बात आपने सही कही एक्चुअली, क्योंकि मेरी काफी लोगों से बात चल रही है और कहीं ना कहीं बातों में ये निकल रहा था कि अगर घर नहीं तो होम स्टे सेफ हो ही नहीं पाता. सो इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ अ हाउस ये इस लॉकडाउन में बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ा है, स्पेशली दोस्त जो रेंट पे रहते थे. नाउ दे आर सेइंग कि नहीं यार, अपना घर होना चाहिए, बिकॉज द होल जो एक हम हमेशा से सुनते थे कि घर से ज्यादा सुरक्षित कोई जगह नहीं होती, लेकिन इस लॉकडाउन ने उसे प्रूव कर दिया है दैट यू नीड ड्रीम हाउस तो है ही, लेकिन हाउस तो अपना होना ही चाहिए. सो आई थिंक दिस होल चेंज इन मेंटालिटी, स्पेशली इन यूथ, जो ये कह रहा था कि क्यों एक लंबा इन्वेस्टमेंट करके घर खरीदा जाए जब आप रेंट पे रह सकते हो, वो कहीं ना कहीं जो बदली है. यू थिंक इसका फायदा पोस्ट लॉकडाउन आपको या रियल एस्टेट को मिलेगा?
देखें, इफ यू लुक एट रियल एस्टेट एज एन इंडस्ट्री, इट इज सेकंड और थर्ड लार्जेस्ट इंडस्ट्री इन इंडिया, provides one of the largest providers of the job across industry, which means there is a huge demand in India of owning your own home or an office, or something which is part of the real estate. Over a period of time, real estate has already seen its share of impacts. This is the biggest one that has come. But the need to have your own home has stayed. It is not going to go anywhere. In fact, on the contrary, it is going to become better. In short term, no, but in medium term, it is going to improve, because as you reflected, the millennial generation, or the youngsters of our country, which actually our Prime Minister also refers to as the demographic dividend of the nation, actually was moving towards the shared economy. They were sharing everything. They want to have an Uber rather than their own car. They wanted to have a what do you call, a shared accommodation rather than their own one. But now, when something like this happened, suddenly you realize that, first thing is you secure yourself. So like insurance, having a term plan is very important. Likewise, having your own home is the most important thing upfront. Today, even if you want to go out, you don't want to use an auto, you don't want to use a car, but you want to take your own car because it is safe. So you aspire after you have your needs. Real estate is need. Having your own home is need. Basic need. Roti, kapda और मकान. वो वापस से जागृत हो गया है. And that is what I believe. Short term, yes, it might look like it is impacting, but suddenly this recognition of I need a house, or I need my own office rather than going to a shared one, suddenly is more relevant and important. And as the confidence grows, which government is really trying hard to work upon, this is the first place where you will see the interest. Not leaving that as an industry, we will have to do a lot of work for that as well.
But अभी आप बता रहे थे कि once the whole lockdown thing शुरू होने से पहले you took this initiative कि लोगों को आपने एक गैप दिया, एक टाइम पीरियड दिया कि जाओ अपने अपने घर चले जाओ. जो एक घर की बात, जैसे घर वाली फीलिंग आप सब देते नहीं है, वो आपने एक्चुअली अपने एम्प्लॉइज को दी कि पहले तुम ठीक हो जाओ, उसके बाद देखेंगे काम कहाँ जा रहा है. इसके अलावा चलिए घर तो पहुंच गए, काम भी शुरू हो गया, लेकिन वो जो कांस्टेंट मोटिवेशन इस सेंसिटिव टाइम में लोगों को चाहिए, स्पेशल एज यू सेड लाइक मोस्ट ऑफ योर एम्प्लॉइज आर यंग पीपल एंड बीइंग सीईओ, ये एक आपकी प्राइम कि मोटिवेटेड रहे पूरी टीम, अच्छा काम करते, वो कैसे कर रहे हैं?
देखिए, there are 2 or 3 things that my way of doing it is at Xanadu. Number 1 is constant communication. If you continue to talk to people, continue to talk to the team, when you are alone, there are a lot of fears, a lot of doubts that start to creep into your mind. If you are every day meeting people, there is no need to reassure them every day. But when they are in their homes and they are on leave, and then everybody is saying jobs will go and all those things, doomsday scenarios are being painted. At that point in time, it is very important to have a clear communication. So we started a lot of channels of communication we opened up. I anyways keep a open door policy where, the access of person at the last point has direct access. They can pick phone and talk to me. But as an initiative, I said, I need to come forward and talk to people. So we started something called CEO Speaks. Every 10 days, I speak to the team on some key points or other, providing them clarity of what is happening around and how are we seeing this picture developing inside the organization. Second part, besides communication, is building the engagement. So we created a lot of at Xanadu. We believe that our relationship with our team, with associates, is not just work, but also the personal affinity that we have for each other. While it is a large organization of 350 odd members, but it's a very closely knit team. And we really care for each other. So building engagement on the lines which is more personal in nature was very important. And we have a lot of talented people. So we started something like Xanadu Got Talent online. So what, for example, music industry or everybody is starting, we actually had that running inside our organization. So and people really took it very seriously. They practiced, and then their performances were really up there to that level. So multiple engagement programs we started. This is one of those examples. And then third is to provide that action-oriented leadership. If you continue to give only theory and perspective, after a point in time, it becomes one of the voices. But if it translates into action, for your customers, for your clients, for your associates, then you really start to see the results out of whatever you are talking, and that's when the mind starts to focus on what is at hand. A young team which is able to talk to each other, which is engaged with the organization, and at the same time is able to do meaningful job, even if it is for 5-6 hours a day. It allows them to remain in a very positive frame of mind. So those are some of the things that we did. Yeah,
that's true. And keeping oneself in a positive frame of mind and motivated, कुछ चीजें like music, it really helps. और मुझे किसी ने बताया कि आप बहुत अच्छा गाना गाते हैं, so मैंने उनकी advice बहुत seriously ली है, so मैं मजबूर करूंगी. But उससे पहले I really want to know, विकास, अगर आपकी बात करें तो विकास before lockdown and विकास post lockdown, अगर इन दोनों विकास में एक डिफरेंस आपको स्पॉट करके मुझे बताना, व्हाट इज दैट?
I think a sense of humility that has come in when you are in a good career, growing at a speed at which I have experienced my career. A lot of times you don't get chance to introspect and reflect upon what is happening around. So when you are at the peak of something, you always believe that nothing is going to go wrong. And when you are at the trough, then you believe nothing is good is going to come. And so I have become CEO 6 months back of this organization. Okay, but I have been one of the founding members of this company. So the board deciding to make me CEO was like the pinnacle of my career. And the moment that you become CEO, then you have to answer those questions which are really tough and do not have any precedence. It makes you really humble, so it has forced me to reflect upon life in general, on how it really gives you those surprises. It has also allowed me to put a lot of time with my family. I was not able to give any time to my kids in last 6 years. Real estate has been such fast-paced environment. It doesn't allow you. So I'm able to pursue, I'm a foodie, so I cook for my family now, so at least another job is secured for me. Okay, I can cook. And you mentioned about music, so I'm learning to play guitar. So while it is not yet to the point where I can demonstrate to anybody, but I have taken one step towards that. Music is a journey, it takes time. So I think I'm a better person at my personal level. I'm better organize myself, my thoughts to handle any such situation going forward. And the thought is क्या ही हो जाएगा, इससे ज़्यादा और क्या हो जाएगा?
Exactly वही मैं कह रही थी. अभी आपने ज्वाइन नहीं किया था, उससे पहले बात हो रही थी कि कैसे मुंबई में साइक्लोन आने वाला है, तो मैंने कहा आने दो उसे. We are ready.
Yes.
Right. So professionally, you are like, then if जितना मैंने सुना, you are like wartime CEO in Xanadu right now.
Yes.
Okay. And अच्छा, खाना बनाने का आप कह रहे थे, तो क्या कोई एक रेसिपी, जैसे सपोज आपके घर कभी आते, तो what is one thing you are very sure about कि ये तो अच्छा बनता है, ये बॉस ही तो खिला सकते हैं? What is that?
So I'm a pure vegetarian. I have learned now to make dal bati churma. That's my specialty now. So I can do that. Matar paneer is another one which is coming nicely. And on my son's request, now I learned to make galotis, veg galotis. So
not bad.
Yeah, so those are two things.
Innovations चल रहे हैं यहाँ पर.
Yes.
बच्चों के साथ bonding का क्या चल रहा है? Like कौन सी चीज? Because even I am a mother, so बहुत सारी चीजें लाइफ में पहली बार रियलाइज हो रही कि ये वाली कॉन्वर्सेशन तो कभी की ही नहीं हमने. This child just not aware of it. आपके साथ क्या होता है?
I think what everybody is connecting at वो तो common है ही है कि for example सांप सीढ़ी, snake and ladders, ludo. So somehow we were able to buy those games before the lockdown happened, so they exist at home, not the online ones. So physically they are able to do. But I'm realizing there are 2 3 interests which I share with my kids. I have a daughter who is 4 years old, and a son who is 13. So son is very good at playing piano, so I'm able to jam out with him, and he is really exposing me to the western music or western side of the music, Charlie Puth and all these guys. And I'm able to appreciate what he's appreciating, at his age. He's just entered into his teens,
मतलब आप
whereas my
ऐसा कहते
daughter.
हैं, अरे ये क्या सुन रहे हो, किशोर दा को सुनो, तुमने क्या ही
No, you are talking about Kishore Da, he's talking about Arijit. कि आप अरिजीत को क्या सुनते हो, आप इसको सुनो. And on the other side is my daughter, who is who is very creative on the art side. So she is just entering into the sketching, drawing, coloring. So I am realizing, so I'm able to draw shapes for her, and she is able to color them, and she is learning to write right now. So secondly, my son is very good in science, so I am a science grad also. So there's some time I'm able to give to him on studies, to show that I am good enough even today. And daughter is learning to write, so I'm again able to guide them. But it is more the fun times, just time without any purpose, time without any objective. Until now, the discussions with them was always about, I have an agenda that I needed to drive. ठीक है, being a CEO, you do that at home also. You drive an agenda. But right now, it has made me into a zone where there are unguided discussions. It can take any direction, and those are the most fun. Where kids just turn around and say, "Dad, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why were you shouting on someone? How can you have all day meetings only? You should figure out." Those are the best ones to connect, where you don't have any topic.
सो कलर्स हैं, मतलब लाइफ में कलर आ गया है, म्यूजिक थोड़ा सा आ गया है, अच्छा ये आप ही की बात सुनकर तो यानी मैं कहीं ना कहीं समझ रही हूँ कि वो वाली आदत जो थी ना, कि बगैर कुछ किए हुए बस सोफे पर पड़े हुए हैं, एनीथिंग लाइक कुछ
Yeah.
नहीं करना है. अच्छा हम लोगों को जिनको भागने की आदत थी ना, उनके लिए ये थोड़ा सा डरावना होता है. एट फर्स्ट इंस्टेंस ये थोड़ा डरावना होता है कि नो, दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच वी शुड नॉट डू, क्योंकि ये कॉमन नहीं है कि ऐसे कैसे कुछ नहीं करना, कुछ तो करना होगा. So that pressure. So how was it? Like if you remember or recall that experience, जब पहली बार सोफे पर इस लॉकडाउन में बगैर कुछ सोचे, बगैर कुछ किए आप पड़े हुए थे बस. How was it?
So first 2 3 days, 5 days was very difficult, because your mobile is your new tool of productivity. You just can't let go of it. Every second you have to just check out what is happening. So initially 4 5 days were difficult to get adapted to. But I'm just realizing right now how quickly the time is going. You don't realize. And see, while outside your home, the time is difficult for everyone, and we are realizing humanity is also at risk at this point in time. But inside my home, the time is passing by so quickly that I'm just realizing कि शायद lockdown कम हुआ. It's 2.5 months, but I just realized, and the good thing with good times is that they pass too quickly. अभी पड़े पड़े कितना टाइम निकल जाता है unless somebody really wakes you up. So I don't know how long back I had taken an afternoon nap. At least you find a day where you can take an afternoon nap. At least on Sunday. It's just very comforting.
Yeah, that's blessing. All right. So यानी घर का सुख आप ले रहे हैं, तो इसी बात पर क्यों ना, जैसे मैंने सुना कि आप गाना अच्छा गाते हैं, घर का कोई गाना सुना दीजिए जिसमें वर्ड घर हो, या वो घर वाली फीलिंग हो जिस गाने में.
See, you triggered a thought when you asked कि पहली बार सोफे पे पड़े थे तो कैसा लगा. तो I'll just hum couple of them. It's one of my favorite songs. Slightly old, but for people like us, that's a genre which still resonates. So it is. दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही फुर्सत के रात दिन. दिल ढूंढता है फिर वही फुर्सत के रात दिन. बैठे रहे तस्वुरे जाना किए हुए दिल ढूंढता है. थैंक यू.
लवली. अगर कोई एक गाना मैं आपके लिए प्ले करूं ऑन माय रेडियो स्टेशन, हम 60s 70s 80s एंड 90s प्ले करते हैं, तो वो गाना कौन सा?
There are too many of them. Yeah, there are too many of them. You know, how do I tell you one song? It is. Well, I think from Ghar, Kishore Kumar's "आपकी आंखों में कुछ महके हुए से ख्वाब हैं." I think it's a very nice song.
Yes, घर की भी बात हो रहेगी उसमें.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much because it was lovely knowing you. Very nice. अच्छा लगा ये देखकर कि हाँ ये लोग है वो भले बहुत सारी टेंशन स्ट्रेस दे रहा है, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं एक छोटा सा सुकून भी लेकर आ रहा है. You know.
Thanks a lot, Rani, for patiently listening to me. It allowed me to give our point of view from Xanadu's perspective at personal level. It was fun interacting with you. Very lively discussion. Thank you.
Yes, it was like बातें चल रही हैं जी. घर के दो कोनों से बातें चल रही हैं, एक इधर और एक इधर.
Actually, you will be surprised. हम at office Xanadu, we call ourselves it is second home. We don't call it workplace. So एक घर और दूसरे घर दोनों घर की बातें हो गई साथ साथ.
क्या बात है. Thank you so much, Vikas. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
a lot. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
92.7